So today we have to do a talk on bees at a retirement home, and we're loading up the demonstration hive with a few frames. It holds 6?
Well, it could hold
5?
Well, you theoretically could hold 6. It's going to hold 2 today.
Okay. So I'm just filming it.
I got you. So this is a demonstration hive. It's a pet peeve of mine that everybody calls this an observation hive. It's not. It's a demonstration hive. You could not, I mean, you can open this entrance here and you can keep a 5-frame nuke in here. Yeah, you could for a short time use this as a demonstration or as an observation hive. But really your observation hive should be something like 3 frames high, double, 1, 2, 3 here, 4, 5, 6 here, fixed in position, tube going to the outside, where they have enough room to actually build up. And then it's the nature of it that normally you have to go ahead and let them naturally swarm and go from there. But this is a demonstration hive, not an observation hive. You can force it to that use for a short time, but that's all. Just to show you, see, this glass, I just have these panels in here because bees don't like the light too much. Not, you know, at this time of the year, I'm not going to attempt to get a queen in here. I'm just going to put a frame with some brood up top, and I'm going to put a frame with plenty of bees down here and shake a few more bees into it. So, and first thing I'm going to do is completely ignore the #1 rule of beekeeping, which is don't go into your bee yard without a smoker.
Oh, this should be fun.
Yep, probably will be. I will probably get popped a few times.
I hope I don't.
We'll just stay back a little bit and you should be fine. You know what? You're going to want a feather too, more than one. This is where I'm going to get popped, is when I want to put some extra bees down in here.
So you've removed the empty super.
I removed an empty super so I could get down to the brood nest. Hello, ladies.
Killing some hive beetles.
Yeah. Right in front of the experimental beetle trap that I had in here.
So now you are looking for a frame with brood.
I'm going to look for a frame with brood. Yeah, I might want to go like the smoker. Let's see, does this thing catch it? Okay, well that's an experiment that didn't really work. I put Swiffer cloth on a piece of Cortex and put it in there this way. It was something they're doing in Australia, but that really seemed to be working. I just want a nice fat frame of bees. We're going to take them out of here for an hour or so. since I haven't smoked them down.
Well, that looks like a nice frame.
Frame of honey.
Is there honey and brood on that frame?
No. The next frame has got a bunch of drone brood, which is great because if they do get chilled, I won't care. So I'll just take this frame of honey and put it down here. So these have a good way to climb up.
Remember that you don't have a mic on, so
Okay.
you have to be a little louder when you speak. There's drone brood on that one,
There's drone brood on both sides of this one.
and there's honey.
And there's lots of honey.
So that would be a good frame to
Good
put.
enough.
So you're putting that frame in the glass part.
Yeah.
So why did you put another frame in the bottom with honey? Is that just to take care of those bees?
That's to, well, they're only going to be gone an hour. It's not like it's a big deal.
Yeah,
But
it's a short time.
it's just to give the bees a little extra oomph to get up in here. It's all for visual effect.
Okay,
But the one down there is just to provide a few more extras
for the demonstration.
for the scene, I guess.
Okay,
And I like the Hollywood extras
yes.
for the mob scenes. All right, everybody. Natter Gromish, Natter Gromish, Natter Gromish. In case you don't know, that's what they used to tell the extras to say back in the 1930s or something.
That is what we've heard.
Yeah. So,
Are you going to put more than one frame in the bottom?
no. Next frame here has beautiful brood on it, and I'm not going to disturb it.
Now the
Back in
frame
the-
you put in, you're sure neither one of those has a queen?
I am not the least bit sure of that. I didn't really look.
Okay.
But since it was drone brood and honey, and the other one's all honey, it's and it's
Unlikely that
enter
she's
the colony. It's unlikely.
she's not probably laying in those.
Yeah.
Now you're putting the follower board back in so that they
Just
don't,
because there's drone brood.
yeah, you don't want them to go into the other
Not-
side.
I'm sorry, not, just that there's brood there, so I'm gonna kind of tighten that up.
Honey, you didn't put your sign back on.
You're right.
That's supposed to stay an empty super for the time being because the bees don't
Yeah.
have enough numbers to fill it. So
Yep,
he's
but
using,
I've already taken some frames out of the freezer,
yeah.
and when I come back, they're going to get rewarded with 3 frames of drone comb.
But he's putting that sign on there as a way of keeping the bees out of that top box.
Yep.
Top box is just a space holder.
Knox box is a spacer right now. When they start filling those 3 frames that I'm going to give them later today,
Yeah.
then I will open up that top box and I will put frames of comb in it at that time.
So now the top goes onto the bottom. You've got a bee in the back. Oh, okay, good. She escaped. But now the bees will stay on that top frame because there's some brood up there.
Yep.
But it's drone brood, so if it
by
gets
some
chilled,
chance it gets chilled,
you don't worry about
I
it.
don't worry about it.
Right. This has got to stay nice and snug
Everything's
because
gotta
we
be
don't want
snug.
any of the bees escaping when we go to the old people's home.
Yeah.
Well, I shouldn't say old people's home. It's an assisted living facility.
Let's put it this way: if you're in a wheelchair, you can't run up. You can't keep up with me.
That's true. So do you want to open up the sides just so we can kind of get an idea of what this is going to look like when people are looking at it?
Yeah, there you go.
Yep, and open the other side
Okay.
because I can't really see through. Yeah, see, now we can see through. Okay. Very cool. So we're going to We're going to take that and maybe some of the equipment, and we're going to go do.
No, I'm not. I'm
presentation.
not teaching beekeeping here. This is just a visual aid.
Right.
I'm going to talk about colony collapse, varroa mites and their role in colony collapse and things like this. It's not saved the honeybee. The bees will be fine. It's saving the beekeeper.
Okay.
And the only
But
way
you don't
we're
have to give that talk right now.
I'm not going to give the talk right now.
No. So we're done now.
Yep. Bye-bye. Hey, everybody. This is Rich. You're with Beekeeping with Rich, South Florida Beekeeping with Rich. Be sure to like and subscribe. So we just did our little talk. We're back out here in the bee yard. Want to get them back in as soon as possible. Unfortunately, it's around 3:30, quarter to 4, and that's when they like to do their orientation flights. So, yeah, I might have been working earlier without a smoker, but I'm not going to work without a smoker right now. Because when we went in earlier, well, let's get into the hive and then we'll talk about that part of it. So, okay, ladies, let's open up the hive. Yep. Let's take the dummy off. All right, if you'll come over here. Okay. Come around over here. So I put this back just so everybody would feel comfortable.
That was your follower board?
Yeah, well, I use this as a follower board. It's actually a small hive beetle trap, and the only thing it did was give them a place to be, apparently. So this is an experiment that isn't working. I put Swiffer sheets on the side of a piece of this material and was hoping the bees or the mice would get caught in it. It was an Australian idea that I found. But obviously this isn't going to be one worthy of a video because it didn't work. Now, you see normal brood right there. Mm-hmm. The next frame back from there is the brood that's in the top, is the frame that's in the top here, which had drone brood in it and honey. And the frame that is down here was just a frame of honey. So what I want to do at this point is, instead of that follower board and these empty frames, I'm sorry, okay, I'm going to take out these empty frames and I'm going to put these are worker frames. Little bit of honey on one of them, but
You have the arrow going the wrong way here.
Well, if you'll see, this arrow's going that way, this arrow's going this way, and that arrow's going that way.
Yeah, I know.
Well, I'm just correcting because that's the way these are all going for the most part. So you see, this is all worker comb. This is some worker comb and some honeycomb, and all worker comb on this side. But we're going to put these combs in. Yeah, that works out fine because there's more worker comb size, cell size on this side than on that side. Then we will put in that frame with the drone brood, and then we will put in the frame with the honey. And we will have expanded their brood nest. And as you can see, they're obviously not ready for me to take the they are not ready for me to take the cover board off of that top box yet. They aren't ready for that. All right, ladies. Ah, good to know. So most of the bees went up towards the light and didn't leave a lot on the honeycomb frame.
Well, they probably didn't do.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're going to the light. Let me see.
So this will give them room to expand.
This will give them plenty of room to expand for the next week or two. And we'll encourage them to do it with worker brood.
And where did that comb come from?
Oh, that comb just came from the hive that was in decline, and I decided not to try to rescue it. I just shook the bees off of the comb, put the comb in the freezer, and let the bees all spread themselves out around here rather than have it go to waste by being eaten up by wax moth and such.
Well, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
This was comb that you had saved.
Can you step back about 2 steps? There we go. And I need my spacer.
And what about the bees that are on the top?
Well, I'm not going to try to shake them out of there. I'm just going to put that in front of here. Yeah, because there's not but 1 or 2 down there. Yeah, maybe I should have. No, they're coming. Hey guys, look. Look at that. You might want to get on the other side. I know, get on the other side.
Oh, the bees go marching one
By one, hurrah, hurrah. Bees.
Yep. And I did notice also when we had them in the demonstration hive that they were not happy. The sound of their buzzing got to be that loud roaring noise that they have when they realize they're queenless.
Yeah, the queenless roar was going on.
And now they have a much happier sound.
Yeah. Much better tone.
And yeah, look at them all. It's not taking too long. They're all like, yeah, let's go home.
Well, I'm going to set this, prop that there, reach over here.
Are you going to smoke them out a little bit?
Smoke them if you got them.
Sounds like a t-shirt.
Yeah, it is a t-shirt, dear. I just don't own it.
Actually, I own it. Might be safe, yeah, I was just going to say. Might be safe to just go ahead and encourage them to leave a little more.
Well, we can put them over here too. They were kind of clogging up over there a little bit. But we have another entrance over here. Come on, guys. Quit chasing the small hive beetles and go out, leave.
Yeah, you can't really dump them out because you're not sure if those are nurse bees or outdoor bees or what those are.
Yeah. Now, I'll just leave this over here, but for the moment, 2 things I learned today. Because last time I used this, I only put a frame in the top and took it and did my thing, but I wanted a frame down below as well this time. So something that hadn't occurred to me the first time was that a single frame in a box this size, if you jiggle wrong, that frame could go sideways and drop down and be a real problem. So for future reference, I'm going to go ahead and cut one of these spacers. They're meant to space, 10 frames into 9 or whatever. I'm going to cut one of these up, and I'm going to mount it on the two ends so that the frame is held in place. I was thinking about using this, which is meant to go on the bottom, but then I realized this is a deep hive and I've got medium frames, so
It's not going to reach.
That wouldn't work, but this is going to work anyway. I'll be cutting two pieces of this, mounting it here, so that if I want to put 2 or 3 or 4 frames across the bottom here, I can do so without worrying about them jiggling loose or anything.
I have one suggestion.
What's that?
When you do it, make sure that you fit a frame before you lock it down tight to make sure the top will still fit on.
Oh, no, there's no issue with that because the way these are designed, it'll be well below it.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, no, that's not necessary. That's not going to be a problem, I'll put it that way. Yes, I understand. I know. We'll leave here in a minute. Got one very persistent guard bee there. And I've got a few nurse bees down here. So, all right, since this is cleared out over here, I'll show you why I love a feather so much more than a bee brush. Because it allows you to get into tight places.
But I can't see through your hand.
Well, I can't help that, dear. If you came over this way, maybe you could. And then you're in my way, so I can't do what I'm doing. Come on.
There you have it.
There we go. Hey, they flew out. Wonderful. Come on. Tell you what, just climb on board. I'll give you a lift.
I'm going to back up because we're right in the middle of an orientation flight here.
Uh-huh.
And I need a...
You certainly are. Okay. And now. Okay. We have one small hive beetle and one dying bee. I'd say she was just at the end of her lifespan, because there doesn't seem to be anything really wrong with her, other than the fact that she's just not moving much. Boy, for a dying bee, she's sure hanging on good. Okay. So there, our talk went very well. It was incredibly, very, very well received by everybody. Many compliments. They were already thanking the person who arranged it for arranging it. So we're doing well on that. So this is Rich. This has been South Florida Beekeeping with Rich. This is the use of a demonstration hive, not an observation hive. Even people who should know better confuse those two terms, but this is a demonstration hive. It's for taking someplace, showing them some bees, taking the bees back and putting them back where they belong. And as it happened, I could see a good opportunity to add some combs to that hive at the same time, so we're good to go. So until the next time, I'll say goodbye. Be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoy our content. And you know, it helps a lot if you happen to watch 2 of my videos back to back. And I've got more than a year's worth out there at this point. So if you can watch a couple of videos at one time, it impresses the statistics, what is the term?
Analytics.
The analytics at YouTube tremendously. So I'd appreciate it. I mean, they'll recommend my channel to more people with an interest in beekeeping if people watch more than one of my videos back to back. So take care. Have a great time. This is mid-February in South Florida. It's 83 degrees out here. See y'all later. Bye-bye.